Let's see, let's look at the report for where you went to get the work done on your vehicle. You went to Rochester Hills Chrysler Jeep Incorporated. Poor running after it gets up to about 20 miles per hour. It jumps the fuel system. It jumps. The fuel system is contaminated by water. Drain the fuel tank, flush the tank and lines, performed engine tune and throttle and intake cleaning. When did you, remember the time of day that you purchased this, ma'am?
It's between 4 and 4:30 p.m.
So this report would have been run about 7 hours after you sold the gas to her. Pardon?
Yeah, 12 o'clock.
So about 7 hours.
Midnight, yeah.
Was there gasoline added to this tank between the time you sold it to her and between the time you ran this report?
I have no idea. I don't have a load that day.
You did not have a load that day?
Let me see what I got that day. How many changes? I'm sorry. Well, I have a gas already. I don't. You mean to truck the load that put the gas in it?
Right. Did you get any gas into that tank after the time she sold it to her and the time that you ran that report?
No.
How do you run that report? You just press a button on the
This
machine?
one?
Yes.
It's come automatic.
It's automatic.
At 12 o'clock, the machine stopped for about half an hour, half minute.
And it runs the report?
The reports come by itself.
Okay. So this vehicle you took to have repaired January 4th, ma'am?
Yes, I called on January 3rd, but the dealership was closed already. And so they towed it on the morning of the 4th. And they had it for 4 days. And that's why the invoice says the 8th, because that's when I picked it up.
Why did it take them so long? Do you know?
I don't.
You don't know?
No.
Well, it's kind of an interesting case. Let's take a look here. What else you have? Is the water that I'm looking at here at the top or bottom? Do you know?
Bottom. The gasoline's at the top.
Water's heavier than the gasoline, so it sinks to the bottom.
The defendant is essentially saying that there is no water in the gas, and he presents proof to that effect. This is a case where experts might help the judge decide. Let's see what the judge says.
Sir, I guess the problem that I have, I mean, there are two problems that I have, I mean, with your side of the case. The first one is the fact that apparently there was gas, or there was water in her tank. And I'm looking at this sample here, and she says this was taken from her tank when she took the vehicle in to have it repaired. And it sure looks to me as if there's water in it, just by looking at this here. I don't even think you would dispute that. And I have no reason to doubt that this came from her tank after she went and filled up at your station. Your defense is that the test at midnight of that day showed that there was 0 inches of water in the tank. I really don't know what that means exactly. I don't know, the size of the tank, and I'm not sure when it says that there is 0 inches of water, what that means. Does that mean that there is...
No water.
Well, I don't know that. See, that's what I'm getting at. Does that mean that if you were to measure the water level at the bottom of the tank, that it would be 0?
Yeah, I checked it. The same day guy, he called me, lady, she came. She called, she complained about the gas. So she already sent a paper to company. Company, they send me paper. They tell me about the problem. In the winter time, I check every day gasoline by my hand. In the summertime, I check it 3 times. I have the stick about 100-something inches. I have a liquid, yellow liquid. I poured about 3 inches in the end. I take the stick inside. If it's a little bit of water, that liquid is changed to red. So I have no water, no red. Anytime, if you want to send somebody with in the station, I prove that thing.
But how do you explain this? That's the problem.
Might be some different station. She's not my regular customer. She buy gas from me. Might be different station.
Well, I guess that could be, but then
Yeah,
well,
but
why
maybe-
would she sue you then?
Huh?
Why would she sue you?
She need money about the. I don't know what she did.
Does she, you know,
I don't
maybe
know.
she dislikes you? Is that what you're saying? She just wants to sue you because she could have
Well,
sued somebody else
if
but doesn't like you?
No. Maybe that time she take for gas from me. The car is broke. The dealer, they tell her from the gas, which my gas, different gas. I don't know.
But why would the dealership do that? There's no reason for the dealership to do that. They don't care. This dealership doesn't know you.
If my
right?
guys have a water, at least one of them they complain too. I have no complaint from nobody. Almost 4 or 5 months.
Well, I'm going to order a judgment in favor of the plaintiff, and for a couple of reasons here. Number one, I've got this evidence here that there was water in the gas, and you know, if you look at the volume here, this was a sample taken from your vehicle. It looks like there's a good third of this is water. That's a lot. And if it was a sample taken from the gas tank, I would assume that a third of the liquid in the gas was water.
Why sue me? What she doing? Some company. It's not my gas. It's company gas.
Well, she could sue the company too, but it's your gas
She go to
station.
company, not me.
Well,
I don't buy gas.
well, then you can sue the company then to get reimbursed if that's what has to be done. But I'm presented with this evidence here, which is convincing evidence that there was water in the gas tank. It sure looks like it.
Yeah, but
Your testimony is that there was a test that was run showing 0 inches of water in the tank. I can't dispute the result of that test, and that is certainly evidence in your favor. But it's possible that the machine that runs the test is faulty and is making some mistake and is not detecting water that's there. I guess that could be the case. But again, based on what I was saying earlier, if it's 0 inches of water, again, I don't know what that means. That could mean that there's still some water in the tank, it's just not detecting it. Or it's at such a low level that it doesn't show up as a level of water at the bottom of the tank, but it still could be there in some way. I don't know, but it's hard for me to explain away this. This is good, solid evidence here indicating that there was water in the tank, and the testimony was that the plaintiff had these problems as soon as she filled up at your tank. So I'm convinced that it's more likely than not that the water in her tank came from your gas station. And I know you have the test, and as I indicated, that's strong evidence on your part, but not strong enough to overcome this evidence here, which is, I think, very compelling, at least for me. Now, you're asking, ma'am, here for wages. I'm not going to allow lost wages. That's just part of something that you'll have to deal with. But the other items, I think, are allowable. $39.38 that you paid for gas. Obviously, you should be compensated for that. You bought the dry gas from this person, so you're entitled to that. The dealership repairs, obviously, you're entitled to. The car rental, you're entitled to. That's $140. That will total $699. I'm not sure that's correct. Let me make sure I do that again. $39.38 plus $7 plus $638.62 plus $140 equals $825, right? That's closer to it. So I'll enter a judgment in favor of the plaintiff for $825. I'll add to that cost consisting of a $45 filing fee and a $23 service fee, bringing the total amount of the judgment to $893.
The bottom line here, the plaintiff had more proof that water was in the gas tank. The defendant didn't have the proof. Plaintiff wins. I agree. If you find you are involved in a dispute that you can't decide, small claims court may be the answer. Thanks for watching Case Closed. I'm Charlie Langton.